How to repair the reg after the low pressure burst disc blows out. If for any reason you are uncomfortable with this, please contact Ninja Paintball at 877-NINJA-USA, on the web at ninjapaintball.com, or have a qualified airstmith assist you. In the unlikely event that the Ninja regular blows out the low pressure burst disc, cleaning and replacement of certain parts are necessary. Remember, the low pressure burst disc is installed for you and your marker's safety. Contamination is the #1 reason for the burst disc to blow out. Always use a dust cap and only fill with clean, dry, compressed air or nitrogen, never pure oxygen. When a blowout occurs, use to replace the low pressure burst disc, the piston, and clean the inside of the reg. This can be done with the reg on the bottle, but will be demonstrated with the reg only for easy reference. You do not have to remove the reg from the bottle. First, make sure the bottle has no air in it. Screw on an ASA or adapter and safely bleed all the air out. Remove the ASA and push the pin valve. You should hear and feel no air coming out. Then, using a 3/32 Allen wrench, remove the 2 bonnet screws. A ball end Allen wrench will help to remove any screw if it's behind the gauge. Insert the bonnet removal tool and turn the tool in until it stops, then back the tool out a 1/4 turn. Next, hold the body or the reg and turn the removal tool counterclockwise to lightly loosen the bonnet. Remove the tool as the bonnet should turn by hand. If the bonnet does not move easily, verify all the air is released from the bottle, then remove the bonnet. Once the bonnet is removed, notice the piston is extending out of the bonnet. Grab the end of the piston, and while wiggling the piston back and forth, gently pull it out. If you use a tool, you could damage the end of the piston. Replace the piston with a new one from a Ninja rebuild kit. Ensure you lube the O-rings before installing it back into the bonnet. This will improve the O-ring life and performance of the regulator. Ninja Paintball only recommends using 100% silicone lube, never oil. Once lubed, hold the piston upright and install the pin valve spring and the pin valve. Then slip the piston into the bonnet. The piston may need to be wiggled to get it to start. Make sure you install the piston all the way in until it stops. Next, clean the inside of the body with a cotton swab. Make sure you clean the hole in the very center of the body. Simply remove the spring, remove any shims from inside, being careful not to damage it. You'll notice the hole in the very bottom of the body. Ensure you clean that area with a cotton swab. Then, replace the low pressure burst disc. Simply remove the burst disc by turning it with a 3/8 Allen wrench in a counterclockwise direction. This is a normal right hand thread, just like any other bolt or screw. Once removed, dispose of the old burst disc and install a new burst disc of a unified assembly of the same pressure rating. To install, simply take the new burst disc of the same rating and screw it into the port. Once hand tight, use a torque wrench to tighten the burst disc down to 55 inch-pounds. Do not exceed 85 inch-pounds. Always use a torque wrench, never tighten by hand or with the wrench, as this could damage the reg or the burst disc. The burst disc does not require any tape or Loctite, as it seals at the end of the plug. Torque wrenches can be found at almost any hardware store. Please follow the directions for the torque wrench to use properly. To reassemble, simply place in the desired amount of springs, shims, the thin shims, no red shims for low pressure, 1 red shim for medium pressure, 2 red shims for high pressure. Then place a spring on top. The shims may be placed in any order. Take the bonnet assembly, place on top, screw it all the way on as far as you can by hand. Once you turn it as far as you can, use a bonnet tool to secure it all the way onto the body. Ensure that there is no gap between the body and the bonnet. Then install the bonnet screws. Remember not to over-tighten, as this could damage the body of the regulator. A ball Allen wrench will help to get to any screws behind the gauge. For more rebuilding instructions, please see our other videos.